Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1190th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. Good morning, good evening, traders. Great video. I love what I'm seeing here. This video is being filmed on late Monday night into early Tuesday morning for trading on Tuesday. That would be June 17th, 2014. Remember, futures trading can be extremely risky and cause substantial financial loss. We know futures trading is not suitable for all trading accounts. What's going on? For Trading Tuesday, we've got gold looking like it wants to come off, traders. If you remember this chart, and it was beautiful. I showed you this chart the day before this happened. I put this before your eyes and said, traders, bombs away, this thing's getting ready to go. The 200 bar moving average was across the top, blah, blah, blah. I gave you this chart. We also had the trade on at the OMNI Trading Academy. Big breakdown took place. That was correct. So that's passed, all right? Head down, nose to the grindstone, on to the next trade. That I recognize. So here we go. The market starts moving lower and lower. I am here to say that's about it. It has come back high enough to tell me that it's tested the resistance here. And now gold should probably want to start coming off a little bit. So at least for trading on Tuesday, we're expecting the gold to come down a little bit, traders. Probably once it starts, it'll head down for the rest of the week. But this is at least for Tuesday. Gold looks like it wants to come off. But I'll tell you what, congratulations on analysis. Look at the way it came out of that apex. My goodness, that was just beautiful. So let's move forward to the markets that we love to trade. Let's go to the Emini SP. Daily bar chart. What do we have? All right, traders. A lot of people are writing to me and saying, Oscar, it's obvious. Look at the bear flag right here, Oscar. Don't you see the bear flag? It's obvious. Oscar, why aren't you recognizing the bear flag? And I'm telling them, you know what? I've done a lot of work here, and it's not what I'm seeing, and here is why. Let's just show you what they're looking at first. And is it a bear flag? Could be, right? Why not? I wouldn't argue it except for this. Take away the bearishness. We're in a big booming bull market, right? So right off the bat, you always have to expect that the upside formation is going to work better. What happens in a big booming bull market is anything that resembles a head and shoulders, if it's tiny, is a formation that is a continuation pattern to the upside. Follow me. Here is one, right? Turns into a little baby head and shoulders. Everyone calls top here, and I tell people I do a video about this. You can please go back and look. I never make this stuff up. I do a video about this to show them that this will be nothing more than a continuation pattern. Why? Because the Emini SP is a huge market. It's the big booming market of the planet. It does not top out with a little baby head and shoulders. It's not going to happen that way. So this is a continuation pattern. So let's exaggerate. Okay, so here we are right now. We've got this shoulder. We're going to call this the head. We're going to call this a lopsided shoulder. This will be nothing more than a continuation pattern back to the upside. That's what this is turning into, if you ask me. So that's one view of bullishness. The next view of bullishness is this. Look at this major trend line, which used to be resistance. What do I mean? Used to be resistance. And it actually made for pretty good support all the way through, with the exception of once right here. Only breach was here. So you've got a really good channel, support resistance working well on both sides, support resistance, and it breaks through on the upside. Boom. So what's it do? It comes down underneath and gets back above. That is not bearish, my friends. That is bullish for trading on Tuesday. Then we go out to the weekly. Same chart, Emini SP. September contract, we look at the weekly end. Look at this channel. From the top of the channel to the bottom, top to bottom, you can just define this one too, top to bottom, down to the bottom, up to the top, down to the bottom, up to the top, down to the bottom, up to the top, right? We all know how patterns work. Patterns, of course, are the cornerstone of accurate technical analysis. If you can identify the pattern, you can recognize what comes next. Well, this is your pattern here, traders, undoubtedly. It's nonstop. So the next thing that should happen is at least up here. So that brings us, before the action gets lofty on the weekly charts, up to the 1990, maybe 2000 area. Let's see. Then we look at the Nasdaq. We look at the Nasdaq weekly. And immediately you can see that this is a chart that did everything we would expect. Traders, you know me, I always show you these charts before the events are supposed to happen. So last week in one of my nightly videos, I showed you this chart and I said Nasdaq would be next, and I put this fictitious bar in there. This bar I drew in, it didn't exist, so there was nothing past this. So you can delete, delete, whatever happened under here we can delete. Well, let's find out what happened because it won't let me. So I said, look, Nasdaq's next. The other markets broke out. We were right here. This bar didn't exist. I said this would happen, and I was bold enough to draw in this bar. So now if we remove this bar right here, let's see what it looks like. Let's just put everybody back in and see if it'll allow us. Well, oddly enough, it's not allowing me to remove this bar. Oh, there we go. Boom. The day or the week did exactly what we had expected. Look at that. In fact, it settled even higher. My settlement, I thought, would have been here. So it did exactly what we expected. And I'd have to say bravo for technical analysis, right? So the Nasdaq core is catching up. It did break out just as we thought it would. And once again, if you look at the channel that we're in, its target is somewhere up here. So there's your Nasdaq. Let's take this out to the Russell. This one is very interesting. When you look at this Russell chart, it is still lagging very badly. Everything else, every other indice has gotten past its previous highs on the weekly and has gotten higher. The Russell is still lagging badly. The Russell is still looking to pull us higher. The Russell needs to go up here to meet its objective. Wonderful looking on the weekly as well. Now, all of this is for Trading Tuesday, of course. Then you go to the daily Russell, and you know what? There is a lesson in this chart which we need to see together. This chart is just fantastic, and watch what I want to show you. Traders, if you like the analysis that you are seeing in this video, you come on down to livewithoscar.com. Come into my free trading room where I am filming this video from right now as I speak. I'll be more than happy to help teach you the analysis. The lesson in the Russell chart is a flag is a flag is a flag. You've heard me in many, many of my previous videos tell you that these flags work really well. You should pay attention. So here we are in the Russell on the daily. Because it's September, it looks a little ugly. I understand that, but September just started being most active, and this is our chart. So the Russell daily 2000 September daily bar. If you look at this, we are in a very nice parallel channel, right? Very nice parallel channel, top to bottom, straight up. And we just bounced off the bottom of this parallel channel yesterday on Monday. Had a nice up day, and Monday night for Tuesday's beginning. So looks to me like it's very strong here. It bounced from here, it bounced from here. It dropped from this part of the channel, it dropped from that part of the channel. So once again, top, bottom, we've got a pattern. But let's make these a little, let's kind of get these out of the way a little bit here. Let's make that nice and small because there's something else brewing here. When I tell you a flag is a flag is a flag, that is the truth. And watch the Russell getting ready to take us home. Here's a flag the Russell had right before the formation we're in now. Bull flag, what does it do? It comes right to the conjunction of this channel I showed you, which will now darken in a little more, and the bottom of the flag. Boom! From there you have a massive rally. Okay, so if a flag is a flag is a flag, what do we do with this situation? Flagpole, flag, we met right at the juncture. What are you supposed to do now? I am telling you, these markets are going up. This is how analysis works. Fed day or not, markets are going higher. Traders, I hope these videos are helping to keep you in tune with the analysis, with markets moving forward. Please come on down to livewithoscar.com. Join me in my free trading rooms. And always remember to keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help yourselves with that is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotion out, traders. Thanks for coming. I will see you at livewithoscar.com.